Okay, so how to actually build a full chest. I know a lot of you guys have been struggling with this. I know a lot of my friends have been struggling with this. You know, I often see guys with, good arms, good shoulder development, but no chest. It just looks incomplete. So, how to actually get the full chest? How to not only get the bottom part, the bottom lines like you see here, how to actually get the upper chest as well, you know? So as you can see here, this photo was when I was 14. As you can see, I had already a full developed chest. I had been spamming chest for months because I really wanted to get a chest. And yeah, actually learned some tactics here that I'm gonna explain to you. As you can see here, here's my friend. He got a full developed chest as well. We have been working out together for a while. For a while, I'm also gonna give you some tips that came from him. So yeah, so there are a lot of reasons why people don't get the full chest or don't get a chest at all. One is they don't target different chest muscles because you have to train them in a different way to, get a nice development all over. Also, if you don't use the right form, you're actually not targeting the chest. It is really easy for beginners, to do the wrong form and then actually target your shoulders. Maybe you've experienced this. When you're doing a exercise that is supposed to be for chest and you're only feeling your shoulder, you're not feeling your chest. We're gonna explain that. We're gonna help you guys with that. So that's all about your form. Also, no variety. That's kind of the same as you don't target the right muscles. And in the end, I'm going to give you guys the best exercise that I still do to this day, that I've always been doing, and that I think are the best and really all you need. So, yeah, let's get into the first one. How to target the muscles you actually want to target, right? So with chest, it has two main parts. A lot of people divide it into three parts, and actually it's two muscles in one muscle. It has two different insertions. I'm gonna show you. So if we look here, let's make this red. We have the pectoralis major. That's actually the bottom part of your chest, and that part of the chest inserts right here. I don't know if you can see right here. And we also have the pectoralis minor, and that's actually the above one, the one above. That's actually this one. And that inserts in a different position, right? That inserts here at your shoulder almost. So what does this mean? Different types of movements are gonna hit different parts of the chest, right? So all the upper movements, all the incline bench press, where you go up, that's gonna target the pectoralis minor. That's here. So and you can visualize this by a bench. Let's for example say you're on a bench. You're on the bench, you do flat bench, you have a contracted back. That's actually going to target your pectoralis minor more, especially because you're contracted and you're actually pushing kind of down a bit, but you lay straight. And the higher you put the incline, so the higher you are doing this with your arm, the more you're going to target the pectoralis minor, which is on top. So for movements that go above, you can feel it at yourself. The more you go above, the more you're going to target the pectoralis minor. And the more you go low, the more you're going to target the pectoralis major. So this is kind of anatomy that you might want to know. It makes everything more clear. So yeah. Now actually, how do we target the chest? How do we train with the right form so that we target the chest? The most common mistakes, and probably all the mistakes that can be made, the first one, the biggest one, is not retracting your back, not retracting your scapula. So if you're on a bench and you're just laying there like you lay in bed or something, and you do this, there's not really much chest movement there, you know? It's mostly shoulders if you're just on your back and you do this. It's mostly shoulders. So what you want to do, you actually want to retract your back and then go down. So retract and down. What is this going to do? This is going to put your chest already in a stretch and ready to go. If you push like this, with your back retracted, you will feel your chest moving. You will feel like your chest is actually working. Whereas if you don't do it, if you're just like this and you do this, then it's just your shoulders working. So you don't want that. That's the biggest part that people do wrong. The second one is hand placement. And this is especially if you're training at home, if you're doing a lot of push-ups, your hand placement is really important to target the chest. So if you're doing push-ups, then next time I want you to try doing push-ups. Instead of your hand like this, you want to hold your hand like this, like kind of diamond, but wide. And what is this going to do? This is going to activate the chest more. So if you do push-ups like this, they will feel your chest more working because the more you go like this, the more your triceps and shoulders are working. And the more you go like this, the more your chest is getting involved. So yeah, try that. And also bringing your elbows together. What do I mean by this? This can be used in different exercises. So this is kind of a mind muscle trick that I learned. When you are doing, wait, let me clip this on. When you are doing, for example, bench press or dumbbell press or even cables, what you want to do, you want to visualize your elbows touching each other, the inside of your elbows touching each other. So you want to bring them together. This is automatically going to target your chest more. So it's not just doing this, trying to do this, trying to bring those together. That's really going to squeeze your chest and get more out of the exercise that you want, right? So this is how your form should be. I also have an example of me preparing my bench press so we can all see. I'm gonna play it now. I hope it's big enough for you guys to see. So yeah, as you can see here, my back is flat on the bench. You know, if I were to do pressing like this, it will mostly be shoulder movement. But look at what I do now. Here, I contract my back, I arch my back, my butt touches the bench, and my feet are flat on the ground. What is this gonna do? This is gonna target the chest. I'm opening up my chest, so if I push, I'm actually gonna use my chest. See here, I'm preparing, you know, retracting my scapula, and here is where I was gonna push, right? But that's not important for now. So yeah, keep that in mind, copy my form, do this, I will feel a much greater difference if you're not doing this already. So the third point is no variety, You should be doing incline bench presses or incline dumbbell presses, doesn't really matter. You should be doing something for the lower part of the chest, some kind of dip or some type of high load cable. I should be doing regular pressing movement or fly movements. You should be thinking about those three parts. It's actually two parts, but you can divide it into three parts. You should be doing something inclined, so something that goes up, something that goes down, and something that goes right into the middle. And if you just keep that in mind, if you do 1 to 2 exercises for each part, then you're okay. It doesn't get simpler than that. It's really simple. You just have to know what you're doing, right? And you have to know what you're targeting, what you want to target, and what you actually want to grow, right? So here are some exercises that I think everybody should do, and a lot of people do actually. So I would always have a flat press in your workout. So, for example, flat bench press or flat dumbbell press. This is a really basic exercise. You've probably tried it if you have went to the gym. You should have something for incline, so either incline dumbbell press or incline bench press. I like them both really well. I do dips. I just love dips, but dips to do dips correctly for the chest, you need to have a specific form, right? If you're just doing dips like this, then really gonna hit the triceps and the shoulders more. So to actually hit the chest more, you want to lean forward. You want to bring your arms back. You want to lean forward. It's actually kind of hard to lean forward on a dip, but you're gonna feel it if you lean forward and then do the dips. Then you're gonna target your chest. So keep that in mind. And also This is really what gave me my chest development. I believe in this. This exercise is like goated. It shouldn't be the only one you're doing, but this one is goated. You have the cable or machine flies. You have the high to low cable flies. You have the machine flies, and then you have the normal flies with the cables, and then the low to high flies with the cables. These exercises are just your bread and butter. You know, I I I suggest to you that you do one of these exercises or all of these exercises actually. Put them in your workout, and you should be good for bench press. It should be good for getting a full chest, because and for example this workout we had every part, we have the flat bench, which is really for the pectoralis major. We have the incline, which is for the minor. Then we have the dips, which is really for the lower part, the lower part of the major. And then we have the cables, and you can put the cables in different positions so that you can add every part as well again, you know so this is really all you need to build a full chest. This is really what I needed to build a full chest, what all my friends needed to have a good chest. You don't need more than this, you know. So a quick summary. Remember that your chest has different parts, the pectoralis major, which is here at the bottom, and it inserts here, the pectoralis minor, which inserts here, with the shoulder. Keep that in mind. Keep the form in mind, retracting scapula to the back and then under. Your hand placement if you like doing push-ups, and then the mind muscle trick which I told you of bringing your elbows together. Keep that in mind. Copy my form. You can look back at this video if you really want to see my form again. Here, retract the scapula. Have some space here. A hand should be able to come underneath this. Make sure you have variety in your workout, and yeah, make sure your workout looks something like this. Make your own workout, pick the exercise that you like the most, but yeah, never forget to hit all parts. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you have suggestions, if you want some free coaching, I have a link for that in the description. And till next time.